GTA is one of the biggest, if not the biggest, gaming franchises in the world. With GTA 5 selling over 200 million copies, those who play today can't even imagine that its first title had a top-down view and the company wasn't even called Rockstar Games. I'm Alvarez7 Games, and this is the incredible evolution of GTA. The first GTA was made by accident. In April 1995, a small game studio was planning to launch a game inspired by the game Cops and Robbers. The game was progressing well and even had a name, Race and Chase. However, the game was quite boring until, by accident, a programmer tweaked the police settings. This made them much more aggressive than usual, which made the game a lot more fun. The studio changed the name of the game to Grand Theft Auto, and so, in 1997, the first game of the franchise was released. GTA 1 was an incredible game, released first for PC with a top-down view, and it was a huge success. It featured massive freedom, something very different from games at the time. Additionally, the plot was more mature and had no censorship at all. Its map carries a curiosity, as you could walk through 3 major cities: Liberty City, Vice City, and San Andreas. I think you've heard of them before. Due to the game's resounding success, it was quickly ported to PlayStation 1 and Game Boy Color. Not only that, DMA Design rushed to make DLCs and expansions, but the first 2 DLCs, titled London, didn't attract much attention and were forgotten. In the same year, 1999, GTA 2 was released. This game kept the isometric view, but now the plot was much less linear, giving absurd freedom to players. The story was now much more fluid. The protagonist needs to work with rival criminal factions, 7 of them, and by choosing one, the other becomes your enemy. Additionally, you would have to deal with the police and the army in a futuristic city called Anywhere City. Yes, very comical GTA style.
Now I know you blind, man, but you gotta see this. Very clever.
These games brought many changes and boosted the franchise, but it was still not 100% consolidated. It was only in 2001 that the studio took a leap. The first was the name change. DMA Design ended, and now Rockstar Games emerged. This name change happened due to the purchase of the studio by Take-Two, and even bigger than that was the release of the biggest game of the time, Grand Theft Auto 3. Even before the launch, the game was already in a delicate position, as September 11th occurred. Because of this, the game underwent several changes. Its cover, for example, was totally different, and by the way, it was because of this that today we have this GTA-style cover. Furthermore, police cars were changed, missions, and even characters were removed. But that didn't erase the magnitude of the game. GTA 3 had an absurd jump, and GTA 3 was the father of the open-world games we know today. The plot follows Claude, the silent protagonist, who is betrayed by Catalina, his crazy girlfriend. After that, he was going to prison but managed to escape. Then he goes in search of revenge against Catalina and ends up being more of a traitor than Catalina herself. And something that might make you surprised is about the next game, GTA Vice City. It was made as if it were a spin-off of GTA 3, but it ended up being bigger. So much so that it added more things, like having the first protagonist who spoke and even motorcycles in the 3D era. GTA Vice City was and is an absurd game. Its clear inspirations from Miami Vice and Scarface make it even better. Its Miami setting with neon everywhere makes the game a work of art. And many consider this GTA the best of all. And it really is very good. But the best is definitely the next one, GTA San Andreas. This is undoubtedly my favorite GTA. It brought several innovations. Now it was possible for you to swim. Yes, the first one to be able to do that. Additionally, it had an incredible RPG and customization system, changing clothes, hair, tattoos, and most absurdly, even the physique. Another innovation was the gigantic map with 3 major cities, Los Santos, San Fierro, and Las Venturas, plus rural areas, mountains, deserts, and forests, in absurd diversity for the time. Another point was the RPG elements. You can increase proficiency with each weapon, and it was also possible to improve yourself with stats. And of course, the story was not left aside, as it was inspired by the gang confrontations of the time and the 1992 riots. This game remains one of the best, and its community prolonged it even further with content creation and mods, like Iron Man, Sonic, and even online play. Yes, they achieved this feat with MTA and SAMP, mods that allowed online play, and all this in the mid-2009s. Yes, this game is absurd, and the craziest thing is to think that in the same year this masterpiece came out, GTA Advance was also released, a Game Boy Advance game that had the same mechanics as the 2D GTAs, but worse. Obviously, it didn't attract attention and was forgotten. At that time, Rockstar was at full steam and released 2 GTAs, but these were not main games, they were complementary, telling the stories before each game of GTA 3 and GTA Vice City. Both were initially released for PSP. GTA Liberty City Stories has a plot focused on Tony Cipriani. In GTA 3, he is the mob boss, but here we follow his rise to the top. Since it takes place 3 years before, you can see several changes in the map. The same occurs for Vice City Stories, but with the story of Lance's brother Vic Vance. He was a military man who entered the wrong world to pay for his sick brother's treatment, and unfortunately ends up dying at the beginning of GTA Vice City. After the stories, the next GTA in the main franchise only came out 6 years later with the hated GTA 4. This game was released in 2008 and brought an absurdly generational leap. This game started the HD universe. The physics and realism reached an absurdly new level. The way of driving is crazy because it's so realistic, and many people claim it is more realistic than GTA 5, and maybe these people are right. Moving to the plot, this one is much darker, with a grayer and more mature atmosphere. Unlike the previous ones, this GTA does not have a happy ending, nor a middle, nor a beginning. This is absolutely the saddest GTA of all. Perhaps this pushed fans away from this title, but I must admit that the 2 expansions of GTA 4 were very good, these being The Lost and Damned and The Ballad of Gay Tony. Both are extremely fun, with new missions, protagonists, and even new mechanics. And speaking of novelties, in the following year, 2009, GTA Chinatown Wars was released. Maybe you haven't heard of it, and I understand since the game was originally made for the Nintendo DS, but I advise you to look it up. It is an excellent game. Even though the view is isometric, it is still very good, with very interesting mechanics and an even better story. You are a spoiled young man from the Triad who is going to deliver a ceremonial sword, and bad things happen. From there, you will have to survive in this Liberty City of the HD universe. After 4 years with absolutely nothing from GTA, finally, in 2013, GTA 5 was released. This game was one of the greatest phenomena in gaming, selling over 200 million copies. And all of this has a reason. GTA 5 is absurd. You have an insane variety of vehicles, side missions, hobbies, and there's still GTA Online. This mode allowed the game to stay alive for so long with various challenges, roleplay, and everything else. And the offline doesn't lag behind. The main story is incredible, now controlling 3 characters and making their stories intertwine. And more than that, entertaining us with 2 old guys and a bad boy. And finally, in November 2026, after 13 years without any game in the franchise, we will have GTA 6. If I could describe this game with a single word, it would be G-O-A-T. GTA 6 will be the greatest game of all time. Take everything good from all the GTAs and throw it into a modern, updated, remodeled Miami, with a plot between a guy who looks like a former cop and this Latina beauty. GTA 6 will feature a relationship system similar to GTA San Andreas, 2 characters and not 3, several enterable environments, and much more. I believe it will be the most realistic GTA, and maybe that won't please many people, but it will be the best GTA of all.